In this video, we're going to take a very close look at SEMrush, which is a leading competitive analysis tool. Many SEO pros use SEMrush for keyword research, for site audits, and keyword rankings. But specifically in this video, we're going to look at a number of areas that SEMrush can help you with. We're going to look at how to find competitors' most profitable keywords. We're going to look at how you can find some great link building opportunities and how you'll be able to find the best keywords to target. We'll also take a closer look at how to actually conduct an SEO audit for the website you're working on and how to generate SEO reports if you are working with clients and need to report back to them. We'll also look at a handful of other topics, but that will give you a highlight of what we're about to cover. So the best way to really take in all of this information is to go ahead and pull up SEMrush so that you have it up in front of you. You can watch and try out the different features as you follow along with me. So if you haven't already, go ahead and pull up SEMrush. And if you would like to access all of the features that we'll look at, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial as well that will give you more results. Now what we want to do is we want to take a behind-the-scenes look at our competitors to see what they're doing and what they're not doing and what is working well for them and what is not working well. That way we can piggyback on their successful marketing and make it work for us. So this really makes the difference between just guessing what's going to work for your marketing campaign and really knowing that your campaign is going to work because you can see proven results. The first thing we want to do in SEMrush, now whether you are looking at the dashboard or if you want to do this from the home page, depending on where you're starting from, you would enter your domain into the main search box here. So I'm going to use Huffington Post as an example here. So I'll enter Huffington Post into this search box right here. Now from the left-hand panel here, we are going to click on Domain Analytics and Overview. Now this is going to give us an overview of our own website because we want to look at our competitors, but before we do that, we want to start with our own site, but we want to get a better gauge of where we're at so that we can better compare our site to the competition. Now this is going to give you, as you can imagine, an overview of all of the data for this particular domain. You're going to be able to see your organic search traffic numbers, any paid search traffic numbers. You'll be able to take a look at backlinks. You'll be able to see what are your top organic keywords, what are you actually ranking for. You'll be able to find your main competitors here and even look at a competitive positioning map, which we'll talk about in a little bit, to see where you rank compared to your competitors as well. And you can even take a look at the backlinks that are pointing to your site. Now, if you want to download all this information into a report, you can simply click on PDF here and you'll be able to email the report or schedule a report, even brand it if you need to send it to a client. And you'll also notice that when you look at certain sections, like where you are actually ranking in the organic keywords, you can click on View Full Report. And this is going to give you a lot more than just the 5 results that are listed here. Now here you're going to be able to see a chart view of the information, and you're also going to be able to see all of the search positions here. So this is very, very valuable information. You're able to even filter it here at the top by position, by keyword, search volume, cost per click, by pages, traffic, and so on. So there are a lot of options here. You can even look for specific keywords if you're looking for those and you receive a lot of different traffic. So you can see within about 60 seconds, you can see how much organic and paid traffic the site is receiving, how many keywords have top rankings, and how many backlinks have been acquired. So that's a really great start. So now that I have a better idea of the site that I'm actually working with, I want to take a look at who my actual organic competitors are. So to do this, I'm going to head over to the Domain Analytics section. And I'm going to look under the Organic Research section and click on Competitors. Now here we're going to see the competitor positioning map that you saw on the main overview screen. This graph is going to help you see where you rank compared to the competition in terms of the number of top keyword rankings and the overall amount of traffic that the site actually receives. So here you can see who your main competitors actually are. If you hover over any of the circles, it's going to give you additional information. You can hover over any of the circles and it's going to give us a general overview of the keywords and traffic numbers. But clicking on the actual circle is going to take us to more detailed information about this particular competitor. So you can see this is going to take us back to the domain overview where we can get a good idea of the organic search traffic numbers, paid search, backlink numbers, keywords, all of that we looked at for our own site. But I'm going to return back to the last page because there's a lot of valuable data here under the map. This is giving us a full list of all of our organic competitors. So you can see for this particular site, which is obviously a huge website, it is listing over 1.3 million organic competitors. So even if you're dealing though with smaller sites and you're still pulling a list of 50 competitors, 100 competitors, this right here saves a tremendous amount of time from having to pull not only all the competitors, but all of these numbers manually. So there's a few things that I like to take a look at here. I like to focus on the first few columns. The first one is the competition level. Now this is based on the number of keywords that the site actually ranks for and a combination of that and how many common keywords you have with that competitor. Now moving over to the common keywords column, this is purely the number of keywords that you have in column with this particular competitor. And then lastly, we look at the search engine keyword column. And this looks at the number of keywords that actually send traffic to a website. Now, all of these are based on rankings in the top 100 search results. But to give me an idea of who my top competitors truly are, I focus on the common keywords column. And I do this because these competitors with the highest number of common keywords are targeting the same keywords that I want to go after. But now I very quickly already have a full list of my top competitors. Then what you can do is you can click on the number here under the common keywords column, and it is going to show you a domain by domain comparison. So you can actually take a look at all of the rankings for specific keywords and where you rank in comparison to the competitor. So this is really, really helpful to have. You can take a look at all of their top rankings. You can see where you outrank the competitor, where the competitor is outranking you, so you can figure out which keywords you want to target. Now that we know who our competitors are, we want to start analyzing their strategies and really determining what keywords they're going after and how they're going about doing that. So we'll start with so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and grab the URL of the top competitor when we look at the common keywords section. So whoever has the most keywords in common, we're going to start with them. So we're going to scroll up and we're going to put their domain up top here in the search box. So returning to the domain analytics section under organic research, we want to look at the positions report to see where our competitor is ranking for specific keywords. Now this is going to give us an overview of the competitor's search performance, how much traffic the site receives, and the value of that traffic if they were actually using paid advertisements. And the graph here is going to show you whether they are experiencing an increase or decrease in traffic, so you can see if they really have a successful campaign going on. So let's look at their top keywords that send them the most traffic. What we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to the organic search positions. Now there are two big columns that you really want to pay attention to here. The first one is going to be the traffic percentage. And that is how much of a site's traffic is generated by this one keyword. So in this case, you can see almost 9% of the site's traffic is generated by the particular keyword in this column. Then we want to go over to the competition column. Now the competition is based on a scale of 0 to 1, with 1 being the hardest level of competition. So this is going to help you determine if this keyword is actually worth pursuing. Now here's where you want to be able to go through and you want to be able to sort the different keywords, and you want to see if there are any keywords that you believe would work for your site. Then if you find those, you can further explore those specific keywords to find out how the competition is actually ranking for them so you can see what's working for them. So here's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to download the list here. You can do that over here using the export button. And then you can find the keywords your competitors are ranking for that your site is not. So once you filter down that list, then you can sort by the keywords that have the highest search volume, and you can start further exploring those keywords from there. So this is going to give you a basis for finding potential keywords to go after. Now we want to find out how our competition is actually ranking, and one good way to do this is to find out which pieces of content are producing the most results for them. So we can head back over to Domain Analytics, and under Organic Research we can click on Pages. Now content is very important to rankings, so you really want to spend some time diving a little bit deeper into which specific pages the competition is actually ranking for. So this pages list tells us which pages are ranking in the top 100 search results, and it gives us an idea of how much traffic the page receives each month. And then it will actually show us which keywords the page is actually ranking for. So we can get a lot of valuable data here. Now if we click on a link, I'm just going to choose this one randomly here, it is going to give us an overview of this specific web page instead of the website as a whole. So this particular page, it tells us how much organic search traffic it receives, how many backlinks it receives, and then we can scroll down and we can see which keywords this particular web page is actually ranking for, all of their positions. So what I like to do here is click on Get a Full Report. And then I like to export this list so that I can look through it and I can pick out any long tail keywords that come up, because this is oftentimes a great way to find some additional keywords that your competition may not be working towards that may generate some great traffic for you. And it can also give you an idea of other keywords that you can use as variations in the content that you're producing. Now another thing we can do with this chart here is we can look at the competition column, and again this is going to give us an idea on that scale of 0 to 1 how competitive it is going to be for this particular keyword. I also like to go ahead and click on this SERP button right here, because this is going to pull up the actual Google search results for me. It's going to show me where the competition is actually ranking. It's going to highlight that for me, but it allows me to see all of the top results for that particular keyword. So this is where I can start some of my keyword research. I can see who else is ranking, why they are ranking, and this is going to give me a better idea of what keywords to go after, what type of content to produce, and also to really look at just how competitive the keyword is and what I will need to do to outrank this competition. So my general advice here is to go after competition that is similar to your site in size, in page authority, domain authority, and especially if you're a newer site, to not try to tackle some of the huge authority sites that are out there. It's really going to take your site time to build up some of that domain authority and trust, and for you to be able to start generating some traffic to it. And lastly, I like to go back to the list of pages, and then I like to click this icon next to the link, and this is actually going to take me to the live web page. Now what this does is this allows me to explore what type of content the site is actually using. What images do they use? Do they incorporate any video or graphics, infographics, slides? And if it's just an article, what type of post is it? Is it a list post? Is it a how-to article? And this really helps me figure out what type of content I need to create, because ultimately we want to be able to create an amazing piece of content that can really go above and beyond what our competitor has posted. So this is going to help us in our rankings. And once I'm at this point, I like to go ahead and take a look at the keywords, but I also like to take a look at the particular keywords that the site is ranking for. As I had mentioned, I like to download this list, and then I want to look for the similar keywords that are on the list, and that way when I have the keywords that I'm going to be ranking for, I can pull a few variations of those keywords to be able to use in my content. So hopefully at this stage you're able to get a lot of new keyword ideas from this, and also a lot of new topics that you could incorporate into the site as well. I mentioned earlier a little bit about long tail keywords, but I really want to dive into how you can easily find a lot of long tail keywords that you can use to rank your site. Now, I like to go after long tail keywords because they typically have lower competition, so you can rank for keywords that are still going to convert highly for you, but typically in a faster amount of time. So to find these keywords, we can go over to the left-hand side here. We can go to Keyword Analytics and Overview. So the first thing we're going to want to do here is put in a keyword that we would like to look into. So let's say a general keyword. I'm just going to make one up here. We're going to look into toddler bikes. Now here we're going to see the organic and the paid search volume. We'll see the competition and the search trends here. But what we want to do is scroll down, and we want to take a look at the phrase match keywords and the related keywords. This is where we're going to get a lot of keyword ideas. Phrase match keywords is where you can find a lot of long tail keyword ideas that actually include your keyword. So what we'll do is we're going to click on View Full Report. We're going to scroll down now to the phrase match report. And here you're going to see a chart that is going to give you a variety of different keywords. You'll see here that they are giving us 326 different keyword ideas here. So you can see some of these are longer tail keywords, like we have toddler bike with training wheels, for example, push bikes for toddlers, toddler girl bikes. Then we'll also be able to see not only the search volume, but here you can see the competition. So this is going to tell you just how competitive each of these keywords is to go after. But you'll also be able to see here the keyword difficulty, and this tells you how difficult it is going to be for you to actually rank for these particular keywords. 100 is the highest, so the lower the better. So what you can do here is you can actually export this list, and then you'll be able to sort through, pull out any keywords that you don't want to use, are not relevant, don't have buyer intent, and you can also filter out the ones that have too high of keyword difficulty so that you can target some of the better keywords. Then you can also look for keywords that you can group together, and you can look for keyword variations that you can use in one piece of content. So this can give you an idea for subtopics or headings and keywords that you can include in the same report, because ultimately using different variations of your main keyword within your post is going to help you rank for that main keyword as well. So I'm going to pick a keyword here. I'm going to select the toddler bike with training wheels. Now if I click on this keyword and I say, okay, this is a topic that I want to write about on the site, I can go here and I can then go down to the phrase match and related keywords that it will give me for this particular keyword. So now you can see we're dealing with even longer tail keywords than we started with. So this is going to give us that variation that I talked about. But let's go back here. Now I want to look at the related keywords. Now the related keywords are going to pull up additional keywords that are related to our main keyword but may not necessarily contain those exact words. So here again we'll want to click on the View Full Report, and this will give us another full list again. Now just as with the phrase match keywords, you can click on these keywords and again it will give you the related keywords for each particular term. So at the top here, you can go ahead and export these ideas. You can filter out your keywords, and then make sure to group your related keywords so that you can use the variations of your main keyword in your content to help with your rankings. Now I want to be able to uncover some keywords that my competitor is ranking for that I am not. And you can do this easily by going back to the domain analytics section and then clicking on domain versus domain. So this is going to help you compare domains side by side, and you can do 3 domains at a time. So we'll do Huffington Post and we'll compare it to the Daily Mail site. Then we're going to be paying attention on this particular example to the organic search results. Now clicking on Go, I'm going to receive a chart that has all of the keywords that both sites are ranking for, and it gives the ranking for each site. So what I like to do is click Enable Charts. Now this is going to give me an idea of how many keywords my competitor is ranking for that I am not. So if you hover over the circle here, it shows that they are ranking for 10.9 million keywords, and only 4.1 of those is common between the two sites. So that tells me there's a lot of keywords that they're ranking for that I am not. So going back to the table view here, you're able to take a look at what keywords you're ranking for versus which ones they're ranking for. You can sort either by your site or by the competitor site to get an idea of where you might be able to rank. So starting off, we can look at where the competitor is ranking in the top spots. So here we can see that we're relatively competitive, and then all of a sudden we fall off where they're in position 1 and we are in number 84. Here in 94 and 43. So this gives us some ideas of potential keywords that we could go after that we are already ranking for in the top 100 search results, but that could use a little boost to help us compete with this particular competitor. Likewise, we can sort our own site and we can look here for where we have very low rankings, and we can compare that to their ranking status as well. So this can help us identify some keywords that we can go after that the competition is already ranking for, and then we can go through this process again where we find out why they're ranking and look further into it. Under Keyword Analytics, there are a couple of other options here. I want to take a look at SEO Keyword Magic, which is actually a new feature they just added. So this section really helps you to build a huge list of potential keywords. It also helps you group those keywords into particular niches and analyze those. So let's take a look. If I want to look at toddler bikes, going off of that example, so you can see it's going to give me a list of the different words that are also included in these keywords here. So what I can do is I can include specific keywords if I want to include bikes, but if I don't want any keywords that include the word helmet, it's automatically going to take that out, and you'll see the number here goes down. So I can also narrow this down by search volume. So let's say I want to look for a search volume from, let's say, 100 to, let's say, 1,000. Again, that's going to narrow down my results as well. Now I can change the keyword difficulty. So let's say I don't want anything, this is a more competitive niche. So we'll say 20 to 85. So now you can see the number of keywords that I have has greatly gone down. And also I can get an idea of what the total volume of these keywords is and the average difficulty. So this is a great way to really narrow down keywords, especially if you are trying to group keywords together and you want to come up with some similar variations. You can really narrow down your list easily using this tool. Let's also look at the keyword difficulty feature here as well. Now, once you have put together your list, you can simply just copy and paste your keyword list right here. And this is going to help you compare side by side all of the different keywords that you have. So let's say I'm looking at toddler bikes, toddler helmets, toddler bikes for girls. I'm just going to put in a few just to give you an idea here. And this is going to show me the difficulty for each one, the volume, the results. So obviously these are some higher competition keywords, but it's going to let me sort by the lowest difficulty to rank for. So this will help you find a starting point and also help you identify some keywords that may be too hard to start with. SEMrush also makes it very easy to monitor the changes in rankings from month to month. In your organic research section under position changes, we can take a look at new keywords the site is ranking for, any lost rankings, and then we can look for which keywords have gone up in rankings or declined. So to start off, we can look at the chart here. We can look at a 1 month view, 6 month, 1 year, all-time view. So to start off, this gives us a list of the new keywords that the site is now ranking for within the past 30 days. So we can see all our position 1 rankings here and the search volume and how much traffic we're actually getting from those particular keywords this month. We can also take a look at our lost traffic. We can take a look at improved, and this is going to show us the number of positions that we have gone up. So we are now in position 1, and we previously were in position 5, so of course our position difference is 4. So we can also sort this to see which particular keywords had the greatest position difference within the past 30 days. So you can see some of these keywords have had a huge jump from position 99 all the way up to 2, 98 to 6. So this will give you a good idea of what's happening with particular keywords. Likewise, you can look at the declined list of keywords, and this is a good idea because this can help you identify which keywords actually need some help, which ones you should be focusing on so that you can maintain your rankings and hopefully help get that ranking back. So here again, we want to sort by position difference. You can see these have just gone down one position, so it's just a little bit of fluctuation there. But we can also sort this list as well and see if we've had any particular keywords that took a huge hit. So here we can see this went from position 7 to position 98, and that happened for several of these keywords. So this will help us really go into these particular keywords, look at these particular pages. This links here to the specific page this keyword was linked to, and then this is going to help us identify what is going on so that we can fix the issue. Now that we've looked into keyword research, we've looked into who our competitors are, it's time to turn our attention into link building. So we really want to find out some good backlink opportunities. And a good way to do this is to find good sources of backlinks by analyzing our competitors' backlink profiles. So to do this, we can look under Domain Analytics and click on Backlinks. First thing you'll want to do here is to insert your competitor's URL here in the top search box. Now this overview screen is going to tell us the number of backlinks that the website has, the number of referring domains, which backlinks are follow versus no follow, and a lot more. Now if we look at referring domains, this is going to tell us just how diverse our competitor's backlink profile is. So they have 14.1 million backlinks in this case, but those backlinks are only coming from 134,000 domains. So for example, if you're working with a very small site and you're looking at a low competition industry, let's say the competition only has 10 referring domains, but they have a total of 300 backlinks. So that means that a lot of those backlinks aren't holding as much weight because they are getting so many from the exact same source. So you're really looking for diversity here. Now scrolling down, we can look at the type of domain backlinks that they're getting. So for example, are they .gov, .edu, .com, .net, .org? And this is good information to have because typically the .org, .edu, .gov, they hold a little bit more weight. They can give a little bit extra boost above some of the other domains. We can see where these domains are coming from by country, but we want to take a closer look into the referring domains because this is where we're going to be able to see the actual backlink sources. Here it's a good idea to look for relevant sources that are related to the industry that we're in. We can look for forums or online communities or guest post opportunities, social links, directories, anything that's going to give us a good idea of what we could do moving forward, and it'll also help us to see if our competitors are active online in certain communities. So we can scroll through the list of referring domains. As you can see, there's the 134,000. So this is going to be a full list here. So the first thing we see here is a domain score, and this is based on a scale of 0 to 100. So the higher the number, the higher the quality of site that you're working with. You can also see the actual site that is linking to the website in question, and also the number of backlinks from that site that are pointing to your site. So you can click through on any of them to get more information. Now, especially when you're dealing with larger sites and you're going to have a lot more data to go through, the filters option is really going to be your best friend here. You can either include or exclude different options. So here we're going to want to look for a particular zone or a particular country that you can filter by. So let's say we only want to look for websites that have a .com extension, or let's say we want to look for .edu so we can see if they have any .edu backlinks that are helpful. Then we can go ahead and we can add in some more filters if we want to, and we can apply that. So that is going to help us narrow down to some of the best quality backlink sources that there are. So you can see that it has gone from 134,000 down to about 1,000. So now I can continue to filter down this list and sort by domain score and start pulling out the top backlinks. So now I can also click on the backlinks number here. And this is very important information that this is going to give me. This is going to show me if these links are follow, if they're no follow, but it's also going to show me the exact source here of where the site is receiving the link from, and it's also going to show me which particular web page is actually receiving the backlink. Then we can also see how many backlinks that particular source actually has pointing to that page. And then the anchor text that is used. So really with the anchor text, you're looking for a variety of anchor text. You can look for if they have branded anchor text using their company name, for example, or their website URL. Also, if they're using the main keyword for that particular pages, and then a mix of other keywords that are not the actual main keyword or the brand. So it's good to have that mix of a profile so you can see how well your competitor is doing with that, and also give you an idea of how they're ranking for particular keywords. Here is really to find which of these backlinks are of the highest quality that you would be able to use in your own link building campaign. So your goal. Another very useful tool here on SEMrush that I use all the time is the site audit tool. Now you can access this by going to the projects menu here, and then you can select the project that you are working with, or if it's not already set there, you can add a new project in. Now what the site audit report is going to do is really show you any technical issues that are on the site that may be hurting your SEO. And within a minute, you'll have a full list of all the issues that need to be addressed. So going here on the dashboard, we can simply click on site audit. And as you can see, we have a report here. It's telling us that we have a score of 76%. Tells us how many pages have actually been crawled, tells how many errors and warnings there are. So we see that there's 6 errors that need to be addressed, and we have 190 warnings that could be addressed as well. So now we can dive into what some of these issues are and what we would need to do to fix them. So here we're showing our top 3 issues, and it's showing that we have a number of images that don't have the alt attributes. So that's a very easy fix. Then we have some pages that looks like they need some more text, and some pages that maybe have too many links on them. So those are all tasks that are fairly easy to address. But more specifically, what we like to do here is go across these specific tabs here, and this is going to tell us more specifically what's going on. So it's going to show us the specific pages here that could not be crawled. I can click in here and it'll give me the exact pages so I can figure out what the issue is. It can show me that there are broken links and any of these other issues that appear. And then I can also break that down into errors or warnings that are appearing. Same with the crawled pages, statistics. We can go through each one and we can see what the issue is, and then we can fix those. And when you come back, you'll be able to rerun your campaign, and you can also set your reports to be automatically generated and emailed to you. So that's really great for you to be able to see what's going on your site, see what has been improving, and see which issues still need to be addressed. But these reports are really good for also showing potential clients so they can see the issues that are on their site and how much work it actually needs. So that can help you convert some potential clients into leads as well. And all you have to do is click the PDF button, and it's going to generate a nice report for you. Now, in going back to your project dashboard, you probably already noticed a number of other tools that are available from within your dashboard. The first one is position tracking. So you will actually be able to go in here and you can track your specific keywords, and you can see any changes in your rankings here as well. So the position tracking allows you to insert specific keywords that you want to track when you first set this up. So here it shows that I am looking at only 8 specific keywords, so you can insert several of those here. And then it's going to give you an overview of your ranking, and also going to look at where you are actually ranking for the specific keywords that you put in. Now, if you are working with local businesses, this will actually also show local pack rankings as well for those sites. So you can look across the tabs, you can see the rankings, you can look at the specific landing pages that are ranking for these particular keywords, and you can also look at some of the competition as well, see if there's been any new competition that has come into the picture. Now, another feature that's very helpful is SEO ideas. So this is especially if you are new to SEO or even not, this will give you some optimization ideas that you can work on. So for instance here, I can click on add a landing page, and for this instance, I'll just go with the home page that they put in. So let's say I want to rank for the term Kate Middleton, which Huffington Post happens to rank for. So I will put in the actual web page that I want to rank that keyword for, the actual landing page, and then I can put in the actual keyword right here and click Save. Now clicking this refresh button is going to run this report. So now notice I've only put in one keyword here, and it shows that I'm ranking in position number 7, and there is 1.2 million searches per month for that term. And it's giving me 3 ideas of what I could do to better optimize the page for that particular keyword. So here it's giving me content, and it's giving me 2 content ideas as well as a backlink idea. So it gives me specific backlinks that I may want to target to better rank for that keyword. It also gives me a couple of content ideas. So for instance, this tells me some related keywords that I could also include on this particular page to help boost my ranking as well. This also says that the page has relatively low word count as compared to the competitors, so I can increase the length of the content, which has been shown to also improve rankings as well. So if you're not really sure why they are suggesting this, or you are new to SEO, you can click on why should I do this? And this gives you a better idea of why they are coming up with this recommendation, why it's important, why it would help your SEO campaign. And then if you want to figure out where they are getting this information from, you can click on Get Data Behind It. So as you can see, there's some really helpful tools there in the dashboard, and they actually have a few more. They have a social media tool so you can track your audience online, you can track the engagement that you have with your social following, and then you can keep an eye out for any brand mentions that are going on, and also perform a backlink audit. So some of these are a couple newer tools, but you can really do a lot from your project dashboard to really help you get a good idea of your site, what you're dealing with, and how you can improve your SEO campaign. Now, if you're trying to get a quick glance at a particular set of data, it is helpful to use the charts feature in SEMrush. So to do this, you can go to Domain Analytics and then go down to Charts. And this is going to help you create any chart that you would like for either your particular domain, or if you want to look at a number of domains, so you can compare where you were historically to where you are now, or also compare where you are now to where your competitors are as well. So this is good to get information at a quick glance. This is also very helpful if you want to be able to have graphics that you can include in your SEO reports to be able to better show clients where they are in comparison to where they were, or in comparison to where they are against their competitors. So let's insert a couple of domains here. I'll go with the Huffington Post again. And you'll see that you can create a chart for all types of different data. So total keywords, the traffic numbers that they have, the price of that traffic, improved or declined keywords. You can also look into the same data for advertising, for paid advertising. So you can create a chart that uses all organic total keywords, for example, and use that data for all of the sites that you are comparing, or you can select a different data point. So let's say, for example, you want to compare one particular site to where they are ranking organically and where they are ranking in paid search results and how much traffic is being driven. Then you can create all of that here in one chart. So let's say I want to look at traffic numbers for these 2 websites. So I'm just going to leave it as the same type and click Plot Chart. So as you can see here, this is showing me how much traffic is actually being generated by these 2 sources. So you can clearly see which one's the larger site, but you can also change how this looks. So if you don't like this graphic, let's say you're that's not how you see things visually easily, or it's not how you want to display it to clients, you can change the format here as well into different types of charts. You can also look at the calendar view. You can select the dates that you want to look from. And if you want to, you can go ahead and create another chart. So you can create several of these charts. And then if you want to, you can download a report of all of the charts so you can see them easily together. At the end of the day, you need to be able to provide SEO reports to clients if you are working directly with clients so that they understand the work that is being done and they can also see the results from your efforts. And SEMrush allows you to create reports that you can provide to clients very easily. So to do this, you can click on the My Reports menu. Then you can click on the Create Report button. And here you'll be able to upload your own logo. So that way you can white label this report, you can brand it as your own. As you can see, you can easily add the title, the subtitle, the date is automatically generated for you. The logo is automatically going to change once you update your logo, and you can insert in your own information here. Now here you'll see it says drop here, and this report builder here allows you to drag and drop headings and text blocks so that you can organize the report in any way that you want to, and that you can also add comments to specific charts that you'll be adding. So that way the client can really understand what it is that the chart actually means, what it is referencing. And then you can use the layout settings to create different columns. So what we'll do is we'll look at, let's say, our organic search. Let's say we want to pull in our organic search summary. So this is a good way just to give them an idea of what's going on. I simply drag and drop that in. We can put in the domain that we're working with and click OK after we select the device and the database. And then let's say we want to put in our top keywords here. So we can go through and add in any of this information here that we would like. And you'll be able to change the order if you don't like how something is displayed. Here it shows that you can actually add in a text block, so you can add that to wherever you would like it to go. And then you can insert your text here and really describe what the report is about to help your clients out. Again, if you want to put different headings in here, if you want to have a special layout, let's say where you have 2 columns, this is good for having 2 graphs. Let's say if you want to compare your site with the competitors, or you want to show where you were to where you are now, any of that information, you can change the layout look here. Also adding in a page break, you can add that as well. And if you want to look at specific projects, let's say you want to add in the site audit and talk about the issues, and then you can add in, let's say, a text block that describes that what you'll be doing is addressing some of the issues that are displayed here in the upcoming month. And that'll tell clients not only what has been done, show where their site is currently ranking, the traffic that they're getting, but also shows what they can expect for you to be working on the upcoming month. So this is great for you to be able to customize the report in any way that you would like, add in any sections that you would like, and then when you're all done, you can generate the PDF report. So now you can go ahead and you can email this report directly to yourself, to the client. You can schedule the report to be sent at a specific time. And if you have a very long report, you can even add in a table of content. So then you can go ahead and save that and generate the report to see all of the data. So as you can see, there is a tremendous amount of value that you can get from SEMrush, and you can see just how much it can help you in your SEO campaigns, and it can really save you a tremendous amount of time and effort from doing many of these tasks manually or by using a variety of different tools to gather the same information. But SEMrush also tackles a number of topics that I didn't cover here, including paid advertising if you are working on video ad campaigns. And it can also help you find your competitors' highest performing ads and take a look at the actual ad variations that they're using. And you can even use it to track down potential advertisers that may be interested in the site that you're working with. So there's a lot of additional benefits that you can get through SEMrush. So I hope you enjoyed this video walkthrough of SEMrush. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to be notified of new tutorials, and don't forget to share it with anyone who may find this helpful as well.